What's up, YouTube? This is Flareon's Lair here. I haven't made a video in forever just because I don't really feel like it. But I've recently seen a lot of questions about how to send your cards to PSA and stuff like that. And you guys should really just go to their website and do it. But I can try my best to show step by step here. I've only sent like one order, but there are other people in Pokemon community groups who will do a bunch of cards. Just reach out to them, and I'm sure they'll be able to help you. You just have to ship your cards to them, and that's pretty much it, and they'll handle the rest, just because they're more experienced. But I'll show you how to send your own cards in first. So first, go to their website. So I'll just show it here. I'll link it also in the description. But first, you want to make an account if you haven't. If you don't have an account, let's say sign up, log in, it's whatever. Just click login. You're going to be greeted by this. So this is going to be quite a lot of stuff. You're going to be like, what the heck am I doing? So right up here, you'll see start submission. Now, this is for if you want to only grade, let's say you have a specific 20 cards you want to grade, and that's pretty much it. You don't think you're going to be grading anymore. That's where also the people in the community come in from the Pokemon community. They'll also help grade just individual cards. But if you're grading individual cards, I would click here. If you plan to have some kind of membership. They have some membership here. Uh, yeah, so right here. So there are two different ones, gold and platinum. As you can see, 6 grading vouchers, 15 grading vouchers. I'm not going to go into this. You can do your own research on these, but what it means by grading vouchers is how many cards you can send in for free. Well, not really for free, but you're paying for it per year. Remember, this is USD, so keep that in mind. So we're going to start submission. Once we're here, Uh, this is during the pandemic right now, so yes, they are experiencing a high volume of submissions right now, so expect turnaround times to be not very accurate, although it's not very accurate anyways. But you're going to start from build your submission here, and that's where it all starts, okay? So once you click start, as you can see, I already had one. I was just testing out for fun, so get rid of that. You're going to be greeted by this page. Just click start new submission. Okay, here we are. So item type. Um, Mainly I do Pokemon, obviously, just because channels are based around Pokemon. But if you're doing it like Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic the Gathering, I believe their cards are. I don't know about Yu-Gi-Oh. I think Yu-Gi-Oh might be a teeny bit smaller than Pokemon, or they might be the same. But who knows? You're doing regular or small size cards. It's the first option. All these other ones we're gonna ignore for today, just because I don't grade those. But this would be the one you are choosing. So just click on that. Once you click next, you're going to be greeted by this. So, submission type, it'll explain which one, grading, review, crossover, reholder. If you just want the grading, you're just going to click grading, and this will pop up. So most of the time, people would just choose the first one, no autograph authentication, because most of the time people don't have autographs on their cards. If you are, then you know what the heck you're doing already. You're going to be choosing some other stuff here. But for this, you just want your grade of the card, right? So you're going to click on no autograph authentication. Here you can see the collector's club voucher, which we don't have because we're not a member. So just click here, and then you're going to click next here. Okay, this is service level. So this is pretty much turnaround times. So if you click right here, up here, it'll open a new tab for you. You're going to see estimated turnaround times. Now, I would have to say these are quite um, not on the dot, unless you're going with like the crazy expensive premium elite, premium plus, like those will probably be a bit more average shipping times. But if you're just doing it by yourself, I would probably go with economy. It's probably the cheapest. It says 45 days, honestly. I think mine took like 3 months instead of 45 days, so like a month and a quarter, a bit, or a month and a half. So you have to look at max declared value of a card. So what that is pretty much if your card, let's say, is a base set Charizard, and let's just say, oh, let's put a ridiculous price. It's a PSA 10, okay? Um, that's how much. This is pretty much the insurance on that card. So that card may be worth like 20 grand, let's say, first edition, blah 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 blah. It will only cover that 100,000 bucks. If you really want its true value, let's say it costs 25,000, you're gonna have to go with this, okay? Just because you don't have to, but that's the max declared value per item, and they'll be able to cover it for you if anything happens. Um, but if you're not grading that high stuff, then just go with economy. So we're gonna click economy here. You can see the turnaround days. Let's see. So if we do economy, regular is 40 days. Economy says 45 days. So it doesn't really matter. It's up to you. You choose your shipping. I'll also link this one in the description if you want. So I'm gonna choose economy. I'm not sending any cards in, but you'll see here. And next we're gonna go to the item entry. This might be the most confusing part. Not really. You have to be really specific with what card you are sending. So let's say, let me see, let me just grab a random card here. So Hidden Fates popping off right now. It's kind of overpriced and everything. Everything's happening around it. I want to grade the Rayquaza GX from the premium collection box. So minimum grade, this is quantity. So how many? So I'm just only sending one. Minimum grade. So this is pretty much if your Rayquaza is in a real or whatever card you're grading is a really bad condition, but you don't care what grade it gets, just leave it blank. Okay? If you know the card is a 10, you don't want anything else, it's kind of a waste of money. I'd rather still get a card graded than nothing. Then put like an 8.5 or something. At least it'll get that grade. But if it doesn't meet that requirement, they're gonna send it back to you how you sent it to them. So, and declared value total. This is based off market things, okay? So if you go on eBay and you know your Rayquaza or whatever your card is going to be a PSA 10, this is what you put. But you have to remember what service level you put because that's how much they're only going to be covering. So if we search up, now, oh, okay, well, you saw that. There was a whole list right here. It's a huge list here. So you have to be very careful of which card you choose. You have to be pretty specific. So give me 1 second. I'll see if I can find it. Okay, so I actually wasn't able to find my Rayquaza. I'm pretty bad at searching stuff on this stuff, but you can see the order. This really narrows it down to what you're searching for. So I would like to get it grade my Charizard VMAX, the Japanese Sword and Shield starter deck, the promo. That one's pretty nice. So you want to do it by year, what kind of card it is, a trading card game, so Pokemon, and then you're gonna search up whatever your card is. So mine's the Japanese, the set. Um, make sure it's you don't have to say it's English or whatever, but if it is in a different language, say it. And then you do Sword and Shield, so that's what set it comes from, and then what card you have, and then usually it'll say whatever number, but usually it'll give a pop-up saying which card. So moving on, you're gonna click Save. No qualifiers. So if you click here, uh, off center, staining, print defect, whatever, this will just determine, just read it pretty much. It just explains what the heck is happening. For example, what would be an 8 OC might be get straight C, C, 6. Um, so it basically just says it's off center. It's not perfect, so it's gonna lower the grade. If you enable this, that will happen. Usually I just leave it on, so you get your maximum grade, I guess, if you want to say it like that. So just click save as soon as you have that. All right, declared value, don't forget. So the most recent one, you just go on eBay, search it up. I'm just gonna say 200 because I have no clue what the heck the price is right now. Just say it's a 10 though. Once you click save, it will save right here. So once that happens, let's just say you're done, okay? So you can see your service level fee. So this is how much per card. Number of items, you have one. If you have more than one, then it's two. That's gonna pop up here. Then it will be $40 because it's 20 bucks a card. Keep in mind, USD prices. You're gonna click next, and this will pop up your billing. So right here, what's going to be blacked out will be your address, your return address. Um, you might have a different page than this just because it is, I already have everything set up. Okay, so once you have all your information, it'll just be right above submission summary. All your information will be right above here, where the black part area, and you're gonna see all your info. It's just a double check, the summary, confirmation, whatever you want to call it. Um, I'm just gonna scroll through this. PSA grading terms, I would read some of it. Some of it's actually pretty important. So just give a read. And then here, your credit card will not be charged until the order is received and processed at PSA. This is pretty much when they receive the things, they're gonna not charge you yet. It's gonna process through PSA, so it's gonna be graded. And most of the time, when it comes back to you, it will pretty much charge you. So I'm not gonna click next because I don't want to pay $66 for one card, USD by the way, for one card. So I'm not hitting next, but you're gonna hit submit. Once you hit submit, it will bring a piece of paper up, I believe, if I recall. Once this happens, it will ask you to write your cards in order, what order you're sending them in. This just speeds up the process of grading. So once you have all of this, you can pretty much do whatever the heck you're doing now. Make sure you package your cards properly. Um, but this is pretty much how you send cards to PSA. If this is too confusing, like I said, go to the people in the Pokemon community who sends bulk at a time to PSA because they will handle everything for you. And they charge really good because most of the time they are a membership. So send those cards in, get them graded.